Okay, so this one, matching graphs, these are the ones you cannot miss, okay? Because what you're going to do is what I showed you in another video. You're going to factor everything and try to simplify it. So notice on this one here, we have x plus 4 on top. You can't factor that further, right? Let's factor the bottom, though. We're going to do the x method. And we're going to get plus, we're going to get minus 4 and a plus 1, right? So notice this one, there is nothing that simplifies. We have a x plus 4 on top. That doesn't simplify with x minus 4, right? So I already know on this one, nothing simplifies. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Now on this one, notice we have an x plus 4 again. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to factor everything and see if you can't simplify it. That's our strategy. Now this is an x plus 4 times an x plus 1. I'm assuming that's a 5 with a plus 4 there. Notice this one just simplifies the x plus 1. 1 over x plus 1 actually. Right? So let's go on to the last choice. So all we're doing is factoring and simplifying. You're going to see it's all going to come together. So now this time, notice here, I can do a GCF of x. Okay? The bottom is x plus 4. Now notice this time it simplifies to just x. Well, what is x? Y equals x is just a line. So already, here's what I can do. You see, I can go and find the line one. Where is the line one? Actually, I'll just go right here. So I'm going to find which one's the line. That one's not the line. That one's not the, aha. This one here, this one right here is our third function. Because it's simplified, if you look at it, that is y equals x. So one down, two more to go. All we have to do is find one more, and then by default, we know the other one, right? Okay, now this one we simplify to 1 over x plus 1, right? Now, hopefully you remember what 1 over x looks like. Okay, 1 over x doesn't always look something like this or like this, right? So let's look at our graphs. We should find one. Actually, that's negative 1 over x. So 1 over x actually looks something like this and like this. Negative 1 over x looks like this and like this. So 1 over x plus 1, in other words, will look a lot like 1 over x. So now let's look at our choices here. Aha! This one right here is our second choice. So by default, we now know that this one is our first choice. Now, the key thing here is notice we have an x term on top over an x squared term on the bottom, right? And these always have a form that looks like this. Okay? So this was this right here, x plus 4 over x minus 4, x plus 1. All right? Now, here's the other way you can tell. If you remember in the other video, I hope you're still paying attention. Notice this one has two vertical asymptotes at 4 and negative 1. Notice right here and right here. Those are my vertical asymptotes, right? Notice also, now this didn't come up in the other video because we didn't have a problem like that. Notice again you have x over an x squared. In other words, when I simplify this, the bottom is gonna win by a factor of x. In other words, it's gonna have a horizontal asymptote at 0. So whenever you have a bigger power in the bottom, you should know you're going to have a horizontal asymptote at 0, which is another reason why it's got to be that graph. Now, if we go back to our second graph, let's clear the ink here a little bit. All right, this one right here, notice, didn't we end up getting 1 over x plus 1? So what that means is the x plus 1 becomes 0 at negative 1. That's our vertical asymptote. Remember, whatever makes the denominator 0 is our vertical asymptote. Notice right here is my one and only vertical asymptote at negative 1. And again, you have 1 over x, or what was the original function? Check this out. See how you have, again, in this case, let's see, make sure I have the right one here. I'm getting myself confused. That one, yeah, okay. This one right here. Notice you have x over x squared. Whenever the bottom denominator has a bigger power, it's always going to have a horizontal asymptote at 0. Okay? But anyways, I hope this video helps, as well as the first video, and I'll see you around maybe. Take care.